Today, we are going to illustrate what all happened with the seating dispute, which caused the flight TG971 to delay for over 2 hours. The insistence of the pilots for first-class seating resulted in 2 passengers who had been previously upgraded having to relinquish their seats. Characters in this news include passengers or customers, air hostess, captain, ground staff, and pilots. The incident happened on 11 October 2018 at Zurich Airport, Switzerland. 2 passengers checked in for their TG971 flight from Zurich to Bangkok Suvarnabhumi Airport. They checked in at the counter and the ground staff told that their seats are going to be upgraded from business to first class due to the change of the aircraft model. The captain on duty said that the plane would not take off until the deadhead captain get their seats on first class. This made the flight attendant have to be the intermediary to help settle the dispute between the deadhead captain and the passengers who are not willing to give up their upgraded first-class seats to the deadhead captain. The dispute was ongoing for 2 hours, without a good solution to help settle the problem. Finally, 2 passengers on first class offered that they are the ones who are going to give up their seats so the dispute would end. The plane took off from Zurich Airport and safely landed in Suvarnabhumi 2 hours after the scheduled landing time. It became very widespread that the representatives of Thai Airways had to set up a press conference to talk about the incident and what all happened. The passengers who got an offer at the check-in counter in a written form, which is in this case the boarding pass, has the obligatory right to be seated in first class. According to the law, an offer must be clear and unequivocal. If the offerer and offeree are in a face-to-face communication, the offer takes effect immediately when it becomes known to the offeree. The offer will last for a specified or a reasonable period, and the offerer cannot revoke the offer before such period ends. In this case, when the ground staff offered to upgrade the seats for the 2 passengers in a written form, which is a boarding pass, this means that the company can cancel the offer, and also there is an obligatory right between them. An obligatory right exists when there are a creditor and a debtor. The creditor has the right to demand the debtor to do something. In this case, the creditor is the passengers and the company is the debtor. So according to this incident, the 2 passengers have the right to sit in their upgraded seats. Now we are going to talk about the pilots. They have contract with the company and in this case, they acted unethically. A contract is an agreement between 2 or more parties creating legal relations between them. Nevertheless, the deadhead captain also have the right to sit on first-class seats since first, they already have informed the station chief. Second, they have full rights to sit on first class since it is stated in the employee contract that employees have the right to get adequate facility and suitable rest facility. However, the pilots act unethically against Thai corporate good governance, which affect the airline image. Looking at the ground staff, she also has liability. There are 3 criteria of liability. First, primary liability. Second, vicarious liability. Third, liability for damage arising from things. In terms of vicarious liability, this is where a superior is held liable for the actions of their subordinates. For example, employer or employee, hire of service, section 425. An employee is jointly liable with the employee for the consequence of a wrongful act committed by such employee, and the employer is entitled for reimbursement from such employee. When the case became exposed to the public, the Thai Airways president, Dr. Sumed Damrongchaitam, has apologized for the incident, stating the investigation showed that the problems happened due to lack of coordination between the flight captain and the Zurich station manager, that they failed to prioritize interests of passengers and the airline in resolving the seating dispute of two off-duty pilots heading to Bangkok, he said. The next step is to set up a committee which will decide on the disciplinary penalties. He also said that the national airline would issue regulations on off-duty pilots who are on board as passive crew to prevent the recurrence of such incident. In this case, Thai Airways compensated two passengers. The compensation can be divided into two types: non-monetary and monetary in civil law. So the company compensated the passengers by setting a press conference to apologize to two passengers with additional complimentary. Thai Airways had also contacted all passengers who are members of Royal Orchid Plus or ROP, providing them additional mileage points as an apology, and contacted non-ROP passengers with a proper measure to apologize for the delay. In conclusion, we can't conclude who is right or wrong, but when you make mistakes, there are three things you should do: admit it, learn from it, and don't repeat it.
ขอบคุณค่ะ
ขอบคุณครับ